your best celebration as if you just won World League. And I think we have the picture of the winner from last night. There's Jeremy, blowing his vuvuzela in his USA blue. And there he is with his Matt Anderson jersey. We need to see more of that. We got around 150 pictures last night, and I want to see at least 200 tonight. I want to see your best celebration for this Taylor Singer jersey. And ladies and gentlemen, let's give away our first shirts of the night. Who wants one? I can go all over it. This is the USA, this is Poland. The USA is 5-0 in World League. Poland is 4-1, their only loss coming in 5 sets to these. USA last night. Volleyball fans, we are in for an amazing match tonight. Let me hear you.
The FIVB World League Match of the Week comes from the USA as the hosts and current World League champions take on Poland, the current world champions. A no-holds-barred Clash of the Titans contest to come right here in Chicago. Hello and welcome to Hoffman Estates here in Illinois. Clayton Lucas here with you at the Sears Center Arena as the USA look to make it 2 in a row over Poland. Game 1 saw an epic encounter that went the distance as the States overcame Poland 3-2 in a 2.5-hour action-packed match. The standings currently look like this. The United States are top. They are undefeated and Poland's only defeat coming at the hands of the United States, as I mentioned in Game 1. So far, it's not so good for Russia. The current Olympic champions have yet to post a score. Well, the team's just going through the final phases of the warm-up here. It's a full house, 10,000 fans eagerly awaiting another magical night of volleyball from the World League. 32 teams in action this year over 3 different groups, and this is the top table that we are witnessing this week. Poland were a little bit downhearted that they didn't manage to keep their unbeaten record going. It was a 2.5-hour epic. They lost 59 in the decider, and they just kind of ran out of steam, really. The United States in the picture now were up for the battle. And that really is one of the trademarks of the USA, the fact that they are really strong, tough opposition, really good fighters, and they never ever give up. So the teams with a big squad to choose from for the course of this World League, and using different players throughout the weeks leading up to the finals. Notably for Poland, they have Bartosz Kurek back, number 6. He was missing from the World Championships last year, was left out of the squad, but it has done him the world of good. He's back, and he is looking to make an impact here again this evening. Another player to look out for, number 18, Marcin Mozinek through the middle. For the USA, well, they are missing one of their key players today. Taylor Sander is going to be watching. He tweaked his ankle in the game against Iran, so he's being rested, but there is a player to look out for who will be hopefully playing as well as he did yesterday. Thomas Jasiek, number 10, outside hitter, an unknown quantity, but he had an absolute stormer. So the warm-up has come to an end, and the teams now are lining up, getting ready for their introduction out onto court. A few protocols to be observed before we get this game underway. We'll have the national anthems for both teams, then we'll have the referees will be introduced, and then the starting 7s will be introduced for the teams, and then we'll get down to the business of deciding who is going to win this game of volleyball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome.
A good mix of fans here as well between USA and Poland.
World League match features the national team from Poland.
Poland always well supported wherever
USA
they are in the world.
National team.
And as you might expect, a very passionate home support for the USA.
At this time, would you please stand for the playing of our team's
So it's time to be
national
upstanding
anthems.
for the national anthems.
First, the
We
national
will
anthem
start
of Poland.
with Poland and finish with the USA.
Please remain standing for the national anthem of the United States of America.
There's no finer moment in your sporting career than having your anthem played in front of you and your fans. It really is a Mohican neck moment, as the players have just experienced. A final exchange of pleasantries for the two of them. They will hand over badge pins, which is effectively their cap and their memento of this match. One to add to the many for these players. Although for Thomas Jasic, it's a rather new experience for him, a youngster coming into this American team this year and making an impact already. Fans settling in, getting ready for what they hope will be another cracking encounter between the two teams. The referees now make their way out onto court. The first official is from Brazil, Rogerio Espicalski, taking his bow, and the second official from Argentina, Hernan Casamiquela. Wish those two the best of luck. No doubt there'll be a few nerves for them, just as there are for the players. But as always, we'll know if they've had a good game because we won't notice them.
First, the starters for Poland.
So time then to meet the Polish team. And out onto court comes Wojciech Nowakowski. No surprise at all. Bartosz Kurek coming out. Fabian Gruszka along with Mikhail Kubiak.
Number 20,
Zatorski playing libero, and it's Mateusz Mika, number 20, and Mateusz Mika. That's how they line up. It's the same as from game one. Stefan Antiga, head coach from France, along with his assistant coach Philippe Blaine. They guided the team to the World Championships in 2014.
Number 1, Max Anderson.
So now it's time for the USA to make their way out onto court.
Number 2, Aaron Russell. Number 9, Murphy Troy.
So Matthew Anderson,
Number
Aaron
11,
Russell,
Micah Christensen.
Murphy Troy,
Number 17,
Mika
Max
Christensen.
Holt.
Maxwell
Number
Holt,
20,
and of course
Smith.
David Smith. It's Eric Shoji who starts
libero
libero.
is
William
number
Pretty, number 8,
22,
is the other
Eric
libero who will
Shoji.
no doubt get involved with the action
USA
at some
is led
point
by
during the game. Head coach John Sparrow just having a hug with the rest of the team. He'll be going through the ringer tonight. Nothing he can do now. He's rolled the dice for this first set. But just like all the coaches, he'll be living every single point, every single play. This then, best of 5 sets. And for the USA, a chance for them to remain unbeaten in this World League and stamp their mark early on, and also so that everybody know that them winning the World League last year was not a one-off, and they're looking to do it again. They have won it before, 2008. They're looking to retain it here in 2015. Away we go then with the first set. Poland in the red serving, and the USA in the blue leading that one and getting the first point on the board. Going with the jump serve not working, so first effort then for Aaron Russell, and a few boos to contend with, but that'll be the last thing on his mind now. All he's concerned about is where he needs to put this ball, and there's a little bit of pressure here for Poland to deal with. But they deal with it. You don't get 2 points for hitting it hard in volleyball, it's got to hit the floor. It did that, nobody putting up a block through the middle. And an easy put away for Nowakowski. Kurek does have a very good serve when he gets it going. Just getting his eye in with that one. They'd have to go to the wing. Chance in for Poland in transition. And Kurek cutting that one across his body, but not keeping his height. And as a result, the net getting in the way. He's furious with himself. all of the players will have serving targets as they come round to serve, as well as having to deliver a serve that is difficult to do with them. They've done that, but the USA can't quite get control of the ball at the moment, and they can't get it past the Poland block either. Anderson is put down. Well, the serve did its job. A little joust at the net. But Poland very quickly up to deny Anderson cross court. Nobody really helping him out in cover. Mika. Put pressure on Anderson, and they've done it as well. Anderson's the front court swing hitter. Little jump float into him. And he was already thinking about the hit before he put the ball in. You could tell he's off and running. He's off balance with that. Not a good ball in, and an easy put away at the net for Poland. Well, it's a little bit scrappy, the opener at the moment. Both teams yet to find a rhythm. Mika. The serve should put pressure on the USA, and a block holds firm again for Poland. 2 kill blocks already. So the USA a little bit predictable at the moment. Poland lining up, and that time nowhere at all for Murphy Troy to go. Mika once again. Decent serving run for him, and more pressure here for the USA. No middle coming, no wide. 3 blockers to contend with now. Poland again able to put the ball into transition. That's better from the USA. And their first opportunity, correct, not really going for it on that back attack through 10. And as a result, USA able to put that one away down the line. That's a great hit from Aaron Russell. That'll do his confidence the world of good. Murphy Troy with a Clayton Stanley-esque jump serve as he lines that one up. Oh, it's a belter from Kurek, but it doesn't find the court. Well, he's running hot and cold at the moment. That allows Murphy Troy to go back to the serving line once more. All square here. Sears Arena Centre. Good serve. That is an absolutely belting hit. No middle attack coming, and the captain, Mikhail Kubiak, taking on all comers through 4. And no one stopping him cross court. Novakovsky gets ready for his first serve. Top blocking one-on-one as well, and it's Viniek denying the USA through the middle and opening up a 2-point lead. Decent ball in. Holt slightly off the net on the B quick. Viniek had him covered. Better ball in this time, and now that's more like it. As soon as you get the decent ball in and the setter's got options, it puts massive pressure on the block. And this time Poland didn't know where the attack was coming from. And the USA end up with a 1-on-nobody. Now Anderson looking to deliver from the serving line. Oh, that is a huge block, but it didn't make the sideline. It went down so quickly. First thoughts were it was in. Quick ball out wide, little tandem play to 4. But in the end, it's turned into a great wipe-off from Kubiak. Well, they're going to challenge it. The coaches have 2 challenges per set, and you can challenge touches, net touches, and whether the ball was in or out. The ball has to touch the line. So when it lands, then the next frame as it compacts down onto the court, if it touches the line at any point, then it's in, and indeed it is in. Well, to be fair to the referee, as we have a look The official review, you can see that as the ball impacts and squidges down on the floor, the paddle touching the line means it's in. Well, I first thought it was in, and that's a great challenge from John Sperrell. USA back to within one. Good lead. Well, that ball had no spin on it at all from the serving line. Two types of serve you're going to see throughout this match: the jump serve and also the jump float serve. And the reason for the jump float serve is you're getting a ball coming at you on a straight line, which means it's difficult to know where it's going to land. There's no arc on the ball. Even with the powerful jump serves, you still have an arc, an up and a down point where you can get under the ball. The jump float serves can be really difficult to deal with, as we've seen. The USA get themselves a comfortable side out, which allows Maxwell Holt to go back and serve. Oh, that's a belter from Kurek. One-on-one against Soji, and to be fair, it's a good mismatch for Poland to have Kurek up against Soji. And as we hit the technical timeout, Poland have moved one in front. No real chance for that one to be stopped by Soji.
All right, I'm out here with some friends, the Conan Palms, and they like giving you free stuff. Who wants a shirt? I'll come over there. You guys need some love too. They'll handle that side. That gentleman wants one. USA signs, I like it. I'll put them over there.
Well, such is the noise here at the Sears Centre, it's difficult enough to hear yourself think, and so information during the timeouts, the technical timeouts, is critical. The players will be huddled in really close, trying to hear exactly what the coaches have to say. And don't be surprised to see the assistant coaches taking players up to one side and having a word with them personally to give them little bits of information that they need. This is a physical game of chess. Best way to describe it. There is so much going on mentally and physically on each rotation as they go around. What they need to do in defense, what they need to do in offense, what they need to do from serving, where they're going to stand, where they're going to block. So much information. And that's all part of the game, being able to keep your concentration. Good pick up on, that was unlucky. There was a good hustle. Unfortunately though, for the USA, Aaron Russell couldn't quite get onto it. Nice block. Not sure that Poland knew much about it through the middle, but it worked. So the captain back to the serving line for Poland. Just the start they wanted after their defeat in game one here, 3-2. They have the momentum here. First set, Kubiak with the ball. Oh my goodness me, what a serve that was! For a minute, I thought he'd thrown that too far in front of him. He's contacted that ball around about the 7-metre mark. This is not a serve, that is a spike, and that has to be defended, not passed. Blink and you miss it. Oh, clever play from Kubiak. He went with the heat, then he took the heat off. And the USA look like they're going to scramble this one back. Nice defence from Poland. Kurek comes up with the goods. And the off ball is dealt with. Kurek wipes it off the block. And just when it looked like the USA may well have got themselves a side out, it's Poland who increased their lead. The USA called timeout. Kurek enjoying that one, as were his teammates. Well, good flurry of points for Poland off the back of the technical timeout, which is why the USA have called the halt of proceedings. Those two serves from Kubiak doing the damage. And the Polish fans are delighted with what they're seeing. Just to catch their breath, reset themselves, refocus, and also try and disrupt Kubiak's serve He's now had 30 seconds to think about what he's going to do. Hopefully that will have taken the rhythm out of what he's attempting to do. And it works for the USA. They have the ball back. Smith getting in the way, taking the ball, and then bread and butter swing through for Anderson. For Aaron Russell it was, he put that one away. Nice work, Kubiak popping up on the pipe attack, but it was behind the setter. Normally you see those in front of the setter. Little variation from Poland. Well, it's still in play. Free ball for Poland. Oh, and it's a free swing through for a warm-up hit. It's dispatched by Mika. And Poland are definitely in control. And John Sperrell says we need another timeout. Burned 2 timeouts already. This isn't quite going according to plan for the home side. Mika will be reveling in that swing through 4. Well, it's all about damage control here. There's still plenty of points left in this set for the USA to get back into it. They just need to calm down, side out, find their rhythm, stick to the game plan. That's what Sperrell will have been telling him. Play. Interesting that ball was passed in underhand. The option there to volley that one, not taken. And a nice reverse set in the end. Russell. Oh, it's great movement around the setter at the moment for Poland, and the USA just don't know where the ball is going. There were 4 attackers on 3 defenders, and Stefan Antiga very pleased with what he's seeing right now. Correct with the serve. That was nice. Novakovsky having to commit in the middle. When you're 2 meters and 5 and you can touch 340, he was able to step there for a long time, but he was on his way down as the ball was hit on that delayed middle. Hence USA getting a wipe off and then having the side out. David Smith with the serve. That looked to be in, and correct, very sportingly saying it was in. Ace for Smith. That's a great service over the stack into an area of traffic right between 2 passers who back away. That one an easier lead for Poland. Great shot from that aerial view, wasn't it, that earlier serve. You can see how teams will line up. They're not allowed to screen, but what they'll do is they'll stand 3 in front and 2 behind, and you can serve behind that. There are a few gaps, and then you serve into the area of traffic, so it makes it very difficult for the passers to see the ball coming, see what the serve is doing. The USA need to find a few points from serve or from block defence if they are going to claw their way back into this set. Good ball in. Oh, great dig. Oh, that's a real confidence booster for the USA off the back of that fantastic dig down the line. It's all about holding your ground at this level, and that's exactly what was done. Nice and strong, hand out from number 9, Murphy Troy, and the USA get a point off the back of it. Oh, lovely. Well, a little bit of luck to go along the way, but you make your own luck in this sport, and that's exactly what the USA did. It was Shoji made the block, a continuation block, but would you believe it, it popped right up for Anderson to hammer it away, and Poland called timeout. Poland weren't expecting that. Anderson was the quickest to react. So a bit of momentum going towards the USA. They're back to within 1, which is why Poland have called the timeout. And this game is always on a knife edge. 1 minute you can be riding high, and the next minute you can be suddenly trailing. That's why Stepan Antiga has called timeout, trying to disrupt the USA's rhythm. You'll see that the coaches have, some of the coaches have earpieces, some of them have pieces of paper, some of them have electronic technologies. And there is information that they have. There's also information now being given throughout the course of the match. And it's an error from Kubiak. That'll go down as an error by him. And he admits to it. This is a great scoring run, isn't it, for the USA? 6-1. Just what they needed after being 7-11 down. They find themselves on level terms, and we're 1 point away from the second technical timeout. Race is on. It's not going to come back. There was a net touch to move it. Well, we've had the 2 dress rehearsals. The race to 16, it's Poland who have the lead, but as we head into the final third of this first set, it's all to play for here at the Sears Centre Arena. USA just trailing by 1.
They have the chance to win 2 3-day VIP passes to the AVP Chicago Open, August 28th and the 30th. You ready, Ryan? All right, all you got to do is answer 1 question for me.
It's incredible to see these athletes. That net that you're looking at, 2 meters and 43 in height. To put it into context, it's the same height as the crossbar in soccer, football, 8 foot. And these guys are head and shoulders and shirt numbers above it.
Oh, I think he's got some help. Blade, what's your answer?
I'm going to say
So confirmation of the score then. 19 minutes in, Poland just with their noses in front as we head into the business end of this first set. Well, one of the players sorely missed tonight for the USA is Taylor Sander in your picture, the BYU outside hitter, MVP of the World League in 2014, 42-inch vertical jump, but he tweaked his ankle against Iran at the start of this World League campaign, so he's being rested. It is reported that he will be heading out to Iran and may well be playing in the next series of matches next week. Just a spectator. Oh, goodness me. Touched ace for Poland. Well, Anderson's having a few problems, isn't he, when he's being picked on as a front court swing hitter. So look at that. He's just let himself go. Didn't really contain the ball with his legs. That's classic, thinking about going out to hit before you pass the ball. One thing at a time. That's better. It's not going to come back into play. And the quick pipe attack doing the job for the USA. All smiles at the moment, though, for Poland. As Nomakowski comes off court. If he hadn't made the dig, it would have been a bonus. Big middle blockers nowadays really are just that, blockers and hitters and servers. Anything else is an absolute bonus. Anderson. Looking for a touch. It's not been spotted. I think there'll be a challenge coming. Just checking with Antigua, what's he want? He wants to check for a touch in the block. Well, Mika passed it, and then he's come in on the backcourt pipe. What do we think from our super slow-mo? Ooh, I don't know. I didn't see a thumb particularly following the ball, but it might have been a merest of touches. The only player who really knows is the player who did or didn't touch the ball. Mika was convinced. So we have a short pause while the video challenge is dealt with. There's something like 26 cameras around just for the video challenge system. But it could be a nervy wait, especially when there's potentially so much at stake. I kind of just wish if the players have touched it, they'd just say, yeah, they have. But do you know what? If it hasn't quite been spotted, well, it hasn't been spotted. If there was one, Poland convinced there was, but the video didn't see it. Antigua can't believe it. This is the official review, and, well, leaves a lot to be desired, doesn't it? As Antigua is probably thinking right now. Well, the beauty of the sport is if the refs didn't see it and the video review didn't see it, it didn't happen whether or not the player touched it. And this time the touch has been given and no complaints from the USA. Well, you've got to feel sorry for the referees. They get a fraction of a second to see or not see. They do rely on the line judges sometimes in the heat of the battle. Judges. The second ref can end up following the play instead of supposed to be doing. Nice work through the outside as that one is hammered away. Top ball in, options through the middle, goes out wide, splits the block. Trying to spin it into the corner. Poland pleased to see it go wide. So Holt goes to the bench. Not because he missed a serve, but because he's the middle blocker. And Libeiro's in and under pressure. So she puts something on it. Anderson covering. Free ball for Poland. But Mika was too tight to the net. And that was some fantastic blocking by Kawika Soji. Look at the pressure that the serve is under, but that's brilliant. Watched it all the way, kept the ball in play, keeping his shoulders facing the net. And the USA were able to scramble and hustle and get the side out. Christensen. Kurek off the hands. He was only ever looking for hands here. It was a little bit tight to the net. And indeed, he did get the hands, no question of that. Aaron Russell getting a good feel of the ball as it went past him. Well, Zatorski's got to be careful here. He's having a little word through the net to the referee, and that's why there's a bit of a delay. The libero getting a little bit hot under the collar, and only the captain can talk to the referee. Well, he's a jump float server. You can see why that jump serve effort was, well, the less said about that, the better, really. A work in progress. Oh, moving into classic old school volleyball now. At 20 all, somebody has to score from serve or from block defense to take this set. You can't take it just by siding out alone. You have to win by 2 clear points. If we get to 24 all, we'll just keep going until somebody does get 2 clear. Correct now for Poland. Weaker rotation for them, as Fabian Druska, the centre, is in the front row. But that serve has put the USA in a spot of bother now. Poland have the lead. Kurek with a touched ace. It looked like it may have been going long. However, Erik Soji decided he wanted to play it. Oh, I think that was going way long. But it was that little movement at the end that caught him out. Well, has the damage done? That serve. Gives Poland now the opportunity to side out to take the set if they continue to side out. David Smith for the USA. Another chance. Oh, Poland were waiting. They were camping out at 4. And they pounced to deny Murphy Troy. As soon as that ball went up, 3 blockers were waiting. And Troy obliged. This was a rather comfortable hit from him. He didn't try and take the block on. He just hit the way he was facing, and Poland denied him. Poland now just 2 away from the first set. Blocking substitution. So Mojenek has come in, number 18. And Druska has gone off the setter, so there is no recognised setter on court for Poland now. It's just about special teams. They're going to try and stop the USA from getting over the net. But they can't. So Druska will come straight back on. Mojenek will go off. Nice work from the USA. But again, Anderson struggling a little bit, but makes up for it with that swing cross court. He knew there was nobody at 4 covering. Well, he may not be having a good passing game, but his hitting game's working at the moment. Troy. Good leave, and it's now set point for Poland. Nowakowski goes back. The fans are on their feet, urging him on. The USA have to side this out. And it's a gift from Poland. Set point saved. Well, if there's anyone you want going back to serve in this situation, it's Matt Anderson. But this is Poland's best opportunity now to take this set from side out. They've got 1 chance. Otherwise, we're into a 2-point game. Anderson with the ball. And Poland take the set. They're unstoppable through the middle. First blood to the visitors, 25-23. Well, how many times do we see that? The setter under pressure, 1 hand up. He can only go to the middle, especially with his palm facing him. He didn't have his hand away. And everyone committed on the setter. Nobody went into the middle. And a cheap point, really, for Poland to take the set. The USA will be upset at the way that one got away from them. Poland, though, delighted. Confirmation then of that first set score. Poland 25, USA 23. Just under half an hour to get that one done and dusted. Back to the drawing board for the USA. Matt Furbringer, the assistant coach, having a word with the players. Well, time to catch your breath, sit back, and let's have a look at the highlights from that first set. While the players are on the bench, the dancing girls keeping the fans entertained, and we can have a look at the stats so far from the first set. Poland with just the one more spike, but look at that, 5 blocks to 2 and 3 aces to 1 as well. That was the difference really between the two teams. The USA a little bit predictable in offense, and Poland pounced on that. If you want to get involved, join the conversation, hashtag FIVB World League on Twitter. Love to hear what you've got to say, what you think of the game so far. Well, it's more of the same, isn't it, for Poland? Game plan worked. It's up to the USA to get themselves back into it. Well, the USA lost the first set in game 1, 23-25, so they won't be too worried in the context of how things are going. Will it be interesting to see if the USA bring in Thomas Jejska, number 10, currently still on the bench, still got his tracksuit top on, but when he came on in game 1, he did make a difference. So that's currently the situation as we have it at the moment. Well, this is Kurek in action. He was a little bit hot and cold during that first set. Sometimes brilliant. Just look how high he gets. He's hitting that ball at the top of the antenna, which is about 3 meters 43 and then some. And he was putting pressure on the USA serve receive. He was a little bit surprised at that one, to be fair. But World League best scorer so far in 2015. And one of the best warm-up hitters you're ever likely to see as well. Although, having said that, watching Matthew Anderson tonight, he's certainly giving him a run for his money. So away we go then with the second set. It's USA with the serve, trailing by 1 set to love here against Poland at the Sears Center in Chicago. Oh, great up! Well, 2 bites of the cherry for Bieniek. That's a good confidence booster for the USA. They got the ball into transition, albeit a free ball back for Poland, but making them work hard for their first point. It'll be Bieniek who will go back to serve. Good play, both middles established really early, and that means that there's pressure now on the teams. Ideally, you want to get that happening, your middle blocker in straight away. Not only that, he's in with a free swing. That's really well played. David Smith will be delighted with that. Aaron Russell. Easy lead for Poland. Kurek now will go back and serve. Oh, that's what 4 hitters love, a little no-look hit down the line. Pretty much as Anderson hits this one, he's looking back at his setter, swings out wide, loads of room, boom. Over the shoulder, take that. No chance at all for Kurek. Well, serving's not really been consistent enough for the USA. Poland sticking with the same game plan. They are going after Matt Anderson when he's front row at 4. They are going to work him hard all night. Make him pass and then get out and hit. And if the passing is ropey, it does mean he will have to hit, which he's doing pretty well at the moment. Troy Murphy. Well, that's 2 errors in a row from the USA. That puts pressure on the next player back to serve. Good lead again. They're going after Anderson. He just about got out of the way of that one. Anderson knows the 2 before him have missed. Will it change his mind about what he's going to do from the serving line? How hard is he going to go after this jump serve? Not that hard, but Poland have to play. Oh, clever play! Druzga's front court. And USA's block were not keying in. Aaron Russell, what's he watching? Not the setter. That's his first job, setter's touch. And he wasn't paying attention. Well, let off for the USA. Tiga trying to remain calm. Maxwell Holt. Too much time pressure on David Smith, not a chance. In fact, he looked like he bent down before he went up. And if you do that as a middle block, if you go down, suddenly you got further away from the middle player. And he's got further away. He's never going to get back up there in time. Oh, what a block that is from Christensen. Well, if he'd had sand between his toes, he'd have been pleased with that one as well. One-on-one, spread block. Classic beach blocking brought indoors. Mika put down. Well, that was a decent block. He was able to do nothing from the serving line. Sparrow not giving anything away with his poker face. Smith brings the hammer high and hard off the block and setting that one out sideways. Good swing from Troy. Taking the block on and beating it. That's a great pass from Mika. Really good pickup from Soji. Christensen's back row, he can't have a swing. Oh, lovely work over the top of the block and onto the baseline. And it's Poland who have the lead at the technical timeout. Well, it's close. It was close in the first set for a while, and then Poland went in 8-7, but then they went to an 8-7 to 11-7, which forced the USA into a timeout. Then at 13-8, they took another timeout. Got right back into it, 15-16 down. And the second technical before going down 25-23. So still a long way to go, and it's anyone's for the taking. One thing the USA will not want to happen though is to be 2 sets to love down. No place on court yet for USA's captain David Lee. Being kept on the bench by Maxwell Holt, David Smith. Correct, ready to serve for Poland. Lovely. One-on-one. Just got no chance against Anderson. That's the value of a good ball in. Suddenly it puts your hitters in charge. That's why it's so important that the players make their hitting runs and run their routes to put pressure on the block, to hold the block fast. It's a bit like American football, the quarterback sending the signals, everyone moving to try and put holes in the defense so for the ball to get through. Same here as in volleyball. Oh, nice block from Holt. Mika's put down. He does have a weakness at times, Mika, on and off ball through 4. We saw it in the first set. He got put down. It's happened again here in the second. A little bit tight on the net. He doesn't open his shoulders up. He's square on, hits it outside his body line. The block was waiting. Under pressure, that's a good pass. Oh, great play, Anderson with the taxi, gets it back in play, but he can't find the baseline. Well, I guess it was his to mess up. He'd made the dig in the first place, somewhat unexpectedly. It's all about putting yourself in good positions early. You don't fight for position in volleyball, you fight to keep the ball off the floor. Anderson with a good lead. Well, I don't think it's in, I think there's going to be a challenge. Line judge was quick to raise the flag. It's on the weak side for the referee because you can't see the ball impacting. You can see if it's shadowing, but you can't see if it lands on it. And what do we think from that? Well, there's a shadow. The question is, as it impacts, does it touch the line? And from that view, it looked like it was well in, didn't it? But from our first view, it looked like there was a shadow. Now, shadow in the line doesn't make it in. It has to actually touch it. And it was given as in. It did touch it. We're going to have a look at the official review. And as it contacts, yep, the yellow panel touches the line. The ball is in. Good challenge from Poland. Now, Anderson's under pressure. He's in a stack here as well with Christensen trying to penetrate from 5. He's got a difficult view. The ball's going to be coming at him from Mika. Oh, he did well to get out of the way of that one. He thought about playing it. And Mr. Anderson, with his role reversal, acting as Neo in a Matrix style, getting out of the way of that one. Solid work, Kubiak, one of the shortest players on court, but with a huge leap, getting himself way above the net, putting pressure on the USA block. Again, big spread block from Christensen, but closes his eyes as he gets his hands across the net and the ball doesn't come back. Blocking's not about how high you can get, it's about how far across the net you can get, how close to the ball you can get. Oh, Christensen puts Janiek on his backside, jousting with 2 Polish players and coming up trumps. Bragging rights for Christensen. don't mess with the setters. Net's going up and down like a yo-yo. It's Poland who must have touched it. Under pressure from the serve. There's nothing that Poland could do to keep the ball in play. Anderson once again. Oh, what a serve from Anderson! He turned Kubiak into a pretzel. That was a belter to the line. Kubiak didn't move his feet, didn't have time to move his feet. And Anderson gets the ace. Poland call timeout. USA now 2 in front. It's all rosy in the garden at the moment for the USA. And it's Stefan Antiga under pressure from Poland. It's small differences that can go a long way at this level of competition. And even though the USA serving has been erratic, when they've got it right, it's caused problems, and it's now starting to cause problems for Poland. Looking back at that last ace serve from Anderson, Kubiak didn't front up to him. And when you hear someone talking about fronting up to somebody, it's getting your shoulders opposite them. So you do it in blocking, and you should also do it here, jump serving. You've got to take the power line away. Kubiak left it a little bit too much to his left. Is he going to do the same here? Anderson with the serve. This time straight into Kubiak. Oh, what a pick up from Troy. Is it in? It is in! USA have the point, and that's all down to their hustle in defense. The big opposite player for the USA, keeping his shoulders facing the net. The ball comes back into play. And Poland find themselves further away now in this second set. Well, this is a good serving run from Anderson. Generally try and get into a routine, a rhythm, up to 3 and 3 being the hardest. Go for it. And it's brought about the overpass. Well, it's played. No one giving Anderson the call. Oh, great dig. Not a chance though for the USA. Sochi pops it in. Oh, it's still up. Still it won't hit the floor. Well, nobody was quite sure who was going to take the ball. Two fantastic plays, magnificent dig. And Poland ready to play again. Great hustle from the USA. But then Anderson suddenly trying to do something with it. He didn't want to do that though. Correct with the unforced error. When the USA keep their 3-point lead. And the substitution now for the USA. On comes Russell Holmes. It's a like-for-like substitution, replacing Maxwell Holt.
Number 12, Russ Holmes. And Holmes will serve.
And that's not often you see that. A middle blocker coming in for a middle blocker to serve. Holmes obviously has something to bring to the table. At least that's what Sperol thinks. Well, Anderson playing at 6. Their game plan is to hustle up. They're playing quite high line at 6. Normally, you'd see a 6 player on the baseline so you can chase down the ball that comes off the block. Had he been there, that would have been brought back into play. But he was in. He must have seen a gap in the block, trying to take away the power. But it's Poland who have the ball. Kubiak will have the serve. The tallest lineup now for Poland. Mika, Jeniek and Kurek in the front row. So some pressure on the 2 front court attackers for the USA of Aaron Russell, David Smith, Christensen in his front court. And here's the setter. Ah, good play. So the USA have a grip on this second set, leading 16-13 at the technical time.
You got 2 balls in these sections. You need to keep them up while the music's going. Once the music stops, whoever holds on gets a t-shirt and a $25 gift card to Jimmy's Char House. So our ladies from Torres Hogs, get those balls in the air. Throw them out there.
Well, that's typical. You've got coaching staff having a word with Christensen, the playmaker. Sperol just having a little chat with a few other players. Berbringer having a chat with a few players. Everyone's got their roles to perform. And they're talking to Christensen. They must be talking to Christensen about his offense, where he's putting the ball, but also how Poland are stacking up against him and where they're putting their blocks at their stack blocks. So just giving him that information to help him make his decisions as to who he's going to put the ball to when he is looking to get his attackers away. Confirmation of the score so far.
We're back on the court, 16-13 USA. At the line of serve is Micah Christensen.
Well, the USA just checking their rotation just to see who's where. It is Christensen back to serve. And now they are in their strongest rotation as Troy, the opposite players, into the front row. 3 front row attackers. Russell, Smith, Troy, Anderson in the back row available. And it's a decent serve. No middle attack coming from Poland. But Christensen in behind the block. Line was sealed. And as a result, Christensen unable to get this ball and block out. If he'd have been slightly on more towards the baseline, he may well have got it, although it was quite a sharp angle off the block. With the serve for Poland. Good dig from well, Antigua just checking with the players. Was there a touch? Is he going to challenge? And you think he is going to challenge. Now, what do we think? I don't think he touched anybody. And nobody touched the net. But they are going to challenge. Smith looked to be the closest. You have to trust your players in this situation. If the players feel there was a touch, they would have said to Antigua, yeah, definitely. But I think Antigua's playing for time here because he's 3 points down. And whilst the challenge system is good, this is where it can be used and abused because you've now got a delay in play and trying to disrupt the USA's rhythm. It gives Poland a bit of a breather here without the need for calling a timeout. Oh, they're checking. Let's have another look again to see. Did Smith's right hand get on the ball? He reaches across. Was his little finger touching that one? No, it wasn't, as we all suspected. That's the official review. It's gone straight through the arms of Aaron Russell. And the field goal doesn't touch him, doesn't land in court. USA have the ball. Russell has the serve. instant side out for Poland, courtesy of Nowakowski.
Substitution for
So a little change up. Kurek has gone off, and on comes Jakub Jarosz. And Jarosz will serve. First introduction to the game for Jarosz. Is he up to game speed? There's your answer. That's frustrating for a coach when you bring a player on to serve and he does that for you.
back in there for the USA is number 17, Matt.
So USA reversed their substitution.
David Smith will serve.
Holt comes back on. Holmes has gone off, having done his job from serve and then been replaced by Shoji. Smith. Nice play from Holt getting around, and that kept Nowakowski with him, but good defence from Poland. Oh, good white. Well, it was a poor serve from Jarosz, but he's made up for it with the back attack, getting the wipe off. Just calmly playing it into the block and out of play. Great pickup from Kubiak. And then a calm play from Jarosz. Oh, there's a challenge to see whether or not there was a fault. Not from that play, that's fine. I think it was earlier in the rally. Whether there might have been a net touch from Poland mid-rally. So that's what they're having a look at. John Sparrow was signalling there was a spike and then a shoulder into the net. That's what he was looking for, so it's earlier on. Unless, of course, he was looking to see if there was a foot fault from Jarosz. That could be the other reason. He's a backcourt player, must take off from behind the 3-metre line. But he's certainly signalling as a spike. So they're going back to have a look through the rally to find that particular point. So one thing that coaches do and players do is not always watching the ball like we do. And you at home, wherever you're watching from, you're following the ball and you don't see then what happens afterwards. That's why we have a second referee, because they're watching what happens when the ball's gone out of their vision and what the players have done, whether there's been a net touch or a foot fault. That's why the lines judges are there, to see what's going on, whether the ball's passed through the antenna. They're not then watching the next play. They're looking for touches. They're not following the ball. They're looking to see if the ball has hit the hand, and they're specifically watching those areas. Now, what's to come? Well, the fans didn't like it. The players don't like it, but the USA are very happy with it. This is the official review, and this was Mika as he comes down. Oh yes, really good spot from John Sparrow to have seen that mid-rally, and there is no complaints. Mika's gone up, hit the ball, and then hit the net. Eyes like a hawk. Smith. Good up, little gator from Smith. Throw from Troy, play allowed to continue, and Jarosz is put down, and it's in. The lines judge signalled out. The referee was on the spot, says in, and I think there's going to be another challenge. Well, lots to take in. Oh yeah, that's miles in, isn't it? That is in by a country mile. I don't think we need to go to the official review for that, do we? Well, the referee's having a good game. That's the official view. See, it's only just about impacted on the white bit of the sideline. That's how far in it was. Rogerio Espikalski having a great game. Man in charge from Brazil. Smith, good serving run from him. Oh, yes, you call that the commentator's curse. But the USA very much in control of this set, and Poland making a few changes. They're resting a few players here. Buszek's coming in, Mika's going off. Kurek's already been rested, he's on the bench. So Buszek will serve. It's his first introduction to the game. Right behind their team. Polska. But it is the USA who have the point. Cleverly disguised tip from Troy Murphy. Goes up, looks like it's going to hit, and wow, the libero backing off for Poland. That wasn't very good from Paweł Zatorski. When the spiker leaves the floor, when they jump to hit the ball, as a defender, you have to stand still. You cannot still be moving. Troy. That one just missing in the corner. The USA are in a good position here. They know they just have to rely on their side-out game. Side-out to level this match. Novakovsky with the serve. Cheap point for the USA. Anderson just checking with FIVB what his serving target is. Likely to be Kubiak, it has been so far. Kubiak, the front foot swinging to the Poland. Indeed it is, oh, it's right on the baseline, but then, oh, a change of decision. The lines judge, first of all, signalled in, and then raised the flag very late. Lines judge, top of your picture, initially signals in. Well, it is that, isn't it? There's the signal for in, and then suddenly the flag goes up. Sparrow says we'll have a challenge. But looking at that top view, it did appear that it was indeed out. So in the end, the right call, if a little late. This is the official view, and yeah, only just about made it in the camera's view.
We remind fans, please, no flash photography in the venue. Please turn your flashes off.
Szuszka to serve. Jarosz into the front row for the first time for Poland. Troy gets out of the way of that one smartly. And the USA now just a couple away from levelling things up here at the Sears Centre Arena. Maxwell Holt. Still in play. Oh, everyone having a little fish at that one, and it come off the block. So Poland have the point. Well, the USA won't be bothered by that. They know they just need to side this one out. Kubiak with the serve. Oh, good up from Troy. Troy's taking no chances, putting it straight over. And Poland have the point. Is the fight back on? The fans think so. Straight up from Troy. It shows you putting it back over instead of because Troy wasn't available to have a swing. And then it's off the block and out of play from Novakovsky. That is Jeniek who had the final touch. So timeout called by the USA. Just look to settle things down and get themselves over the line. There's a party atmosphere here for this match. Everybody enjoying the volleyball, enjoying the atmosphere, and being treated to some world-class action. Oh, that was wonderful. Anderson on the backcourt pipe. And USA now have set point. Christensen with the serve. Well, it wasn't to be at the first attempt. The USA now have 3 attempts to get the job done. That's a good serve from the Eniek. But Troy gets it off the block and out of play. And there's going to be a challenge potentially. I do think it did come off Troy. Indeed it did. Troy trying to make out as if it had gone directly out of play. But it was spotted, and so Sparrow calls timeout. Well, Troy had hammered it into the block, but it came off his shoulder as it went out of play. But it happened so quickly, initial thoughts were it had gone directly out. So Sparrow just, again, taking the time out to settle things down. Very simple task. Side out, take the set.
It is still set point and set 2 for the USA. USA fans on your feet.
Look at that from Soji. And that one is off the block, is it? No. There's going to be a challenge. Russell thinks it was off the block. And, well, Kubiak's got a wry smile on his face. And he's saying no. Zuzka also, what do we think? Oh, difficult from that one. It's around about the area, isn't it? From that angle, it doesn't look like it touched anybody, but we're going to find out. Poland are setting up to serve, and it didn't touch anybody. So the USA are going to make another change just to slow things down, and it's a substitution. Troy is coming off, and it's an introduction for Zuzka. This purely to try and stop Eniek from what he's doing. This is it though, USA need to side this out to take the set, otherwise we go 24 all and first to 2 clear takes it. This is their best and last chance to do it from side out. High and wide. Is there a touch this time? Yes, there was. It's off the block, it's out of play, and the USA have levelled the match at 1 set all. Well, I don't think that Thomas Dishik was expecting to get that, but it doesn't matter. He's wrapped it off of Yarish's hands. He's got the job done. It's game on here at the Sears Centre Arena. Well, that was a nervy finish to the set for the USA. But they've got it done. So it's on as even at the moment in this best of 5 set encounter, first to 3. USA looking to maintain their unbeaten run. And the other team, Brazil, currently unbeaten in the World League. Well, fans trying to catch their breath.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the USA bench, where Team Dr. Jonathan Reeser is presenting the 2015 USA Volleyball.
Oh, what a fantastic game we are witnessing. Let's have a look at the highlights so far from the match and what has been a truly encapsulating encounter. It'll be interesting to see what the stats have to say from that second set. In fact, attack errors were less, but look at that, 1 ace apiece, and the blocking statistics not quite as good for Poland, particularly only 1 block in that set. Better for the USA as far as that goes. Well, if you're itching to get involved, you can do on Twitter. Hashtag FIVB World League. Have your say. Let us know your thoughts. Who do you want to win? Well, the USA fans are very happy at the moment with what they're witnessing. Obviously, their team back in it. Although, as to which way this one's going to go, I think it's anybody's guess. A couple of tactics that both teams are employing. They're both going after each other's front court swing hitters. So Matt Anderson's being picked on, and Mateusz Miko is being picked on for Poland. And also we're seeing when there is a good ball in, the middles are being used extensively. We're not seeing a complete backcourt show that we sometimes see. It's a good distribution from both setters, in part due to the serving intensity. Sometimes the ball is having to go to places because there's nowhere else that it can go. But once the passing unit gets, is happy to go wide, middle, backcourt, and to the pipe as well. Keeping everybody on their toes and everybody guessing. Away we go then with the third set. It's 1 set apiece here at the Sears Centre Arena. Poland with the serve, getting that one into play. And the USA getting side out. Anderson not happy with something. Something going on in the crowd. The USA have the point. Smith with the serve. With the error. Well, for as high as these guys jump, it's not all about how high you hit it. And as you can can see Poland play quite a fast offense, a good hurry-up offense. That ball out to 4 didn't really go above the height of the antenna. But when you play at that speed, the risks are very high for errors. You don't have the time to adapt. Good lead, FIVB with a little fist pump. Here comes into serve. Chance here for Poland. Good work by Kurek, putting that up nice and high so he could get a chance to have a swing behind. Another chance then for the visitors. Kurek, gap in the block, exploited. Anderson apologises, he went too far, tried to take away the line. Holt couldn't close the gap. Kurek puts the ball away. Well, that was all down to this belter of a serve from FIVB. But it showed you under pressure. Well, there's a call about, but it was too late. Not that it matters. Anderson ramps it off Kurek. Ball was late, but Anderson in on a second tempo attack through 4. Nicely done. Block doing his job, slowing the ball down. Troy doing his job. And putting the USA further in front. Well, it's not all about getting blocks for points. You slow the ball down, you let your defense able to put it into transition, and then that's a really good swing from Troy, getting it off Mika. You get a split second to make your mind up whether the ball is in or out. The call was early enough that they were able to get out of the way. It was the right call. Yeniek will serve for Poland. Ah, brilliant work. Well, FIVB does like the favour coming inside when he's defending on the wing. Look at FIVB, makes the serve, and he's back in. In fact, Poland completely out of position at 5, exploited by the USA. Well, if you don't get an ace, that's the next best thing. The ball overpassed and dispatched by Aaron Russell. Good movement from Russell, a little step back. No trouble for him to put that one away. Oh, belter from Kurek. Sochi stood his ground, he didn't know much about it. That one was just too hot to handle. Massive swing from Kurek. Well, he plays in one of the top leagues in the world in Italy, and you can see why. Russell doing his job through 4. Malvakovsky couldn't get near him. Juska couldn't get near him. A little bit of old school passing from Sochi, Eastern European style, and it worked. Oh, huge block from Russell. Just after he put the ball away, he comes up with a massive block point. And the USA are cruising in this first set now. Watch this. Russell adjusts back inside, closes the gap. That is a monster block. Just where the USA wanted to be right now. 8-4 up.
Make some noise. Ray will go all the way down the line. I'll take care of you guys over here this time.
Well, at the moment, Poland don't have any answers to the questions that the USA are posing. So that's how the scores look at the moment. It's Holt with the serve for the USA. Good chase. Oh, what a swing from Troy! Out of nothing, the USA conjure up a point. They're on the back foot. That's wonderful. Christensen knew exactly what he wanted to do. He dug that one for Troy to have a swing. That wasn't luck, that was all judgment. And Troy delivered. Oh, nearly broke the equipment. Oh, the double quick was all bunched up and USA able to put it into transition. And nicely done as well, putting it onto Zuzka. But Kurek finds a gap somewhere in that three-man block and gets the ball down. And the USA now having to regroup. This is a great swing. Where was the gap? Oh, yes, just between Russell and Smith. Really good swing from Kurek. Mika. That's exactly what you want in a ball in height, because height equals time. And the USA had time to put pressure on Poland's block. How many times do you see that happen? Middle blockers, like Novakovsky, who is over 2 meters tall. He's 2 meters and 5. And he is bending down before he goes to jump. If he stands there and puts his hands above the net, then they are whilst he's still on the floor. So he just goes up onto his tiptoes to make blocks through the middle on a commit. It's a crying shame when players think they need to squat down to block through the middle, because you're getting yourself further away from the ball and you don't have the time to catch up and make the block. Novakovsky with the serve. Good use of the positive set. The ball coming into Christensen. He just carried it on behind him, using the ball's speed. And that continued into the block and out of play. USA now leading by 5. Russell with the serve. Well, sometimes you get it right, sometimes you don't. That's the trouble that the USA have at the moment. Their high-risk serve does lead to a lot of errors, 6 more than Poland. This is poor from Zuzka. Lapse in concentration from the setter. He's got 3 front court attackers, Kubiak, Wieniek and Kurek to choose from here, as well as Mika on the pipe if he needs him. So 4 attackers against 3 blockers is a mismatch if they can get the ball in, which they do. Oh, that's a lovely pass. Oh, but that's a great block. Great set out wide. Zuzka thinks that there was a net touch in the block, so Antigua's going to call a challenge. you know what? They may well get away with this as well, because it hits the block. Well, I think the ball just hits the net. As the ball hits the arms, it comes down and hits the net. I don't think that the player hits the net. Now, if the ball hits the net and the net then hits the player, that is not a fault. I think that the ball here goes into the block, and then it must be below the net then, because certainly not above it. Might have been a knee catching the net. First glimpse was because the net was going up and down that it looked like the ball did it. But have they got the view to say that they could see a foot or a knee? Well, I guess they're not, and they are agreeing that the ball hit the net, which is what made it move up and down. Here's the official look. Make of that whatever you want.
13, serving 7, David Smith in the line.
Smith to keep the pressure on the USA. No way through at the moment for Poland. It's going to be a free ball here. 3 front court attackers available. Oh dear, well, it was one-on-one. Anderson going for glory. A complete mishit. Kubiak just jumped and closed his eyes. Well, it can sometimes happen.
It'll be Kubiak to serve for Poland.
Anderson with a chance to put it away. Changes for Poland. Busiek on. Mika is off. A like-for-like replacement. One full hitter for another. Mariusz Mika off and Busiek is in. Kubiak for the serve. Easy lead. Really does ease the pressure on a team when the other team makes a serving error. He's got a little bit of respite. Troy. Low, but good use. Really good use from Busiek. The ball was low and tight to the net, but he just made the blocker his best friend by playing it into the hand and out. Not the best of sets, but it's all about making it better, and that's exactly what he did. Bieniek. Well, Bieniek's serve was a free ball. He may as well have just put the ball down and rolled it under the net, because at this level, that's how you get repaid. Be quick through the middle, and that ball has just about been destroyed. Lovely swing from Holt. Oh, what a block from Holt. Kubiak has a long look through the net, but it doesn't tell him anything he didn't already know, and that is you are not getting past Holt. 16-9, this is a thumping. Have another look at this. Up he goes, thinks about the tip, and Holt says, oh, I've got another gear. Kubiak went up to the top floor. Holt went to the penthouse.
Jersey, the MVP of last year's World League Finals. That's the winner from last night. I need to see a picture of you celebrating.
Well, it's perfect at the moment for the USA. 16-9 up. Really, this third set is just about gone for Poland. Very difficult to see them finding a way back into it. What it does allow, though, for Stefan Antigas, we'll have a look at the scores, it does allow him to say, do you know what, I can rest some of these guys and just put some of the bench on. Coaches will get to a point where they know that the set's done and dusted and there's really no way back. You may give it a couple more points. I wouldn't be surprised if a few of the subs come on. Anderson. That's close, no cigar. They're going to check the review. From my view, kind of near that baseline, it looked like it was more out than in. And I think this is more in hope than anything. Sparrow challenging. Let's have a look from the overhead. Ooh. More intrigue added. I think it's in. And it's an ace then for Anderson. That's the official look. Oh, it couldn't get much better than that, could it? Plumb on the line. So Poland call another timeout. And there are going to be some changes, I think, for Poland. It's looking like Grzegorz Lomasz, number 12, is going to come on. Stefan Antiga having a word with him. The substitution coming then for Poland, and indeed Grzegorz Lomasz is coming on, and he's going to replace Zuzka, who's not very happy, having a little word with his second ref. He'll have to be careful, he could get into trouble for that. So Lomasz is coming in to take over setting duties. That's not coming back. Oh, it may well do. What a pickup from Kurek. Goodness me. Everybody by him has given up on that. But it doesn't come back now, though. A massive block from Holt. But what a pickup that was from Kurek to keep the rally going. But Holt denying Poland a chance to score a point. Anderson will serve again. Oh, huge ace! A thunderous serve from Anderson. And Poland do not know what to do. Timeout is all they can do. Have a look at this. Awesome serving. No chance for Poland. Ten-point margin. I don't think the USA could have dreamed that was going to happen. But as suspected, Poland make another change. Krona comes in. Nowakowski goes off. The first six now being rested ahead of the next set. Good leave. Zatorski. The libero for Poland, deciding it was out. Correct. Oh, lovely. Well, that's world-class swing hitting from Aaron Russell. Under pressure from the serve, popped the ball in, and then he's like a jack-in-the-box out at 4. Splitting the block, who were nowhere to be seen. monster block from Christensen. It's getting better and better for the USA here. What a magnificent block this is. One-on-one. Taking away the cross court. Well, that's what you want from your setter, isn't it? A spike and 4 blocks, 5 points from that. That's awesome. Holt for the USA. Well, it's all about USA's side-out game here. 4 side-outs, and they're 2-1 up. That serve had no spin on it whatsoever. Better chance now for the USA in transition. Troy can only tip, but Poland are in trouble here. Well, they were in trouble till Kurek had a swing. What a turn across his body. He was pretty much facing the second referee as he went in to hit this one, Kurek. But just watch the way he turns and whips it across his body. Troy not expecting that. Ball outside, too quick for Poland. Russell puts it away. It's a decent serve from Bushek, but a passing unit more than a match. Serving inconsistency there for all to see for the USA. Lovely. Christensen looked like he was going in front, put the ball behind, and Russell dispatches this one. Special delivery. Good ball in from Zatorski. Oh, Anderson across the net to Kurek. Hit it so hard and flat. Before Anderson could get his hands firmly across, it was already off and out. Warmatch with the serve. Wide, Anderson can't put it away, but that's tricky for Poland. Recovering. Oh, what a big quick that is! Christensen to Smith. Unbelievable! This is well worth another look. That's just quality. Set point for the USA. Well, surely the USA can't throw it away from here. 10 points up, 10 chances from side out. They did take 3 in the last set. How many will they need in this set? Just the one, and they've taken it. Troy puts it down. USA take the third set. 25-15 and lead by 2 sets to 1. good ball in. And then Troy, with that gap in the block, able to hammer the ball away. Oh, that was the kind of performance you expect from the World League champions. And certainly one that John Sperrell has been expecting. What did Poland do from here? I expect all the starters will be back on. But the momentum with the USA now is huge. Well, it was pretty much one-way traffic in that third set, wasn't it? As the USA showed that the skills they've got pay the bills, and gave Poland a lesson in World League Volleyball. World champions they may be, but World League champions they are most definitely not. Let's have a look at the highlights then from the match so far. So here are the stats then from the third set. 25-15, that's incredible. 5 blocks, 7 points, 7 unanswered points for the USA in blocks and aces. And then look at that, Poland with 6 attack errors. That doesn't make good reading. Not for Poland anyway. It's great for America right now. It's good to see everyone thinks they've got rhythm. So confirmation of the scores for you. USA just 1 set away from remaining undefeated. And it's very much backs to the walls now for Poland. Just 1 change for Poland. Busiek staying on, and Mika is resigned to the bench. So Rafał Busiek, number 21, through the outside as he replaces Mateusz Mika, number 20. No changes for the USA. Smith to get the 4th set underway. Rather elaborate celebration from Poland. Just trying to generate some kind of intensity. Celebrate that hard. I think someone makes some mistakes, especially in serving mode. Nice wipe off. Players in that situation know exactly what they need to do. They know the block's there, and they attack the arm nearest to the antenna, not looking for the floor, purely looking to go wipe off. Good up from Troy. Second hold, and a great put away from Anderson. Well, Poland can't quite believe it. I think they thought that might have been outside the antenna when it was hit. But he's just got loads of line to work with. That is a wonderful hit from Anderson to beat Kurek down the line. Russell held his ground, just couldn't get his hips far enough under the ball to keep it in play. You don't really have much time to react in these situations. You just got to get there, front up early, and then be big and strong, and he was, but he didn't get his hips under. He's a little bit straight in the air, on the floor, and you can see that's why the ball went out.
Anderson back to serve 3-2.
So hard into the top of the net, could just as easily have gone over. Sometimes the cruise the blow of when the ball is served into the top of the net, only for it to roll down the other side and give you an ace, much to the despair of the team trying to side. Well, Troy was winding up for that one. He didn't get enough wrap on the ball. He got interesting action, Troy. Comes around the ball almost like he's pitching it, like he's throwing it as opposed to spiking it. A windmillish type action. Means his hand and his arm swing's not as quick as most players. It's difficult to gauge where it's going to go because you've got no clear indication. Well watched by Poland. Nowakovski getting the better of Christensen. And Poland's enthusiastic start to this set is being rewarded. Nowakovski using the net well. Poland 2 up, trailing by 2-1. Krzyszek. It was hit hard enough, but had no accuracy. Holt, deep breath from Holt as he sets himself to his routine. Foot fault from Holt. Looked like he'd thrown that way too far in front of himself, and indeed was the case as he chased after it. Take off from behind the baseline when you serve. You can land in front of it. As we can see, these guys hitting the ball at the 7-meter mark. They're not serving it anymore, they're spiking it. Oh, that was lovely. Christensen getting 2 blockers to go with him in the middle. That left one-on-one outside. Kubiak no chance against Russell. Really look comfortable with that, Christensen. Good out from Kubiak. And that's off of Kubiak and out of play. And he wasn't very happy about it. Nice set, Christensen. Good use from Russell. Well, despite Poland's decent start, they haven't been able to get away from the USA in this set. 16 points from Spike for Russell, 1 from block. Scoring well for his team. It's a little bit too high. Good work. Christensen thought that he was going to be tipped. Anderson with a wild swing. Technical timeout. Poland lead by 2.
Well, we have found our hashtag winner. She is sitting right there, 4 rows up. What is your name? Reagan. Congratulations. That is Reagan's picture. And I'd love to your friend to come down here too. The piggyback, your apartment. What's your name? Ryan. Nice to meet you guys. Give it up for Reagan and Ryan. They're welcome away to make time. Taylor Standard, USA Volleyball Jersey, and 2 3-day VIP passes to the AVP Chicago Open. August 28th to the 30th. One more time. Give it up, please. Nice job.
You can see from the fact that Antigua having to talk right into the ear of Bieniek just how loud it is here in the Sears Centre Arena. There's the scores on the doors at the moment. So they're all happy. Nobody shows it. Not one to let his emotions affect what's going on. So just couldn't get out of the way of that one. It was going out. Better chance now this for the USA. Everyone into position and the backcourt pipe is hammered away by Russell. Magnificent play from the home side. Nothing better as a coach than when your team does that in transition. Not offside out, but after hustling up and getting the ball in play from defense. Smith now with the serve. Oh, it's a bit tight. Very deft touch by Christensen. Well, that was really lazy play from Bieniek, which allowed the USA to get 3 blockers up, put it into transition, but still though, neither side can get the ball away. Better chance now maybe for the USA. Russell. Brilliant. Well, he's not a back attacker from 10 by nature, but he did really well with this. Just a little roll, good disguise. Poland too deep in defense, and half volleys don't count. Too much movement from the back 3 of Poland whilst Russell's in the air. Smith once again. Oh, correct with the error. Well, he's not smiling anymore. He's looking a little bit despondent. Well, the angle just ran away from Smith. That ball has to come back inside the antenna, not outside it, not over it. And it extends virtually infinitely upwards. The Really a good serve for Poland. All square. Busiek got a touch, and then Wieniek trying to make it, but unfortunately it was just too quick, too hot to handle. Oh, good serve. Well, that's hit Zatorski on its way out. Kubiak thought it was going to go long. It looked like it was going to go long, but it was hit so hard with so much pace on it. Zatorski couldn't get out of the way. Well, from 2 down, they're now 2 in front, and that's why Poland have called timeout. Really good passage of play by the home side to get themselves in front in this 4th set. Interesting, isn't it, that Poland's middle has been almost non-existent. Such has been the serving of the USA, really. They've upped that, they've got that consistency back. And Taylor Sander still looking on. He's helping out the stats for this game. MVP from the World League last year in the final. But has an ankle injury, not playing today. Very much a big part of this squad moving forward. One eye on retaining the World League title, and also one eye very much on Rio in the Olympic title. Those of you that watched back in 2012, you'll have seen that Poland, they were a much fancied team, winning pretty much one of the favourites ready to come out. And who could possibly forget that memorable final between Russia and Brazil? Have another look at this play. Good work from Busiek, just using the block. Classic forward hitting. Oh, Kurek with that serve, suggesting he's trying not to make a mistake, but did exactly that. Didn't go with his jump serve, did he? That's just a tame jump floater right smack in the middle of the net. And that's playing on his mind. Yeah, Anderson make Poland pay. There's certainly no middle attack coming. Busiek gets it, and Busiek delivers, hammering that one off Troy. And just kind of shrugs it off as if to say, oh well, I'll get the next one. Lovely ball in from Soji, and the C-quick delivered by Holt. Well, Kubiak's hurt himself here. I think he is collided with Novakovsky, trying to stop that blistering spike from Holt, who's done such a good job. He's being substituted, and it's a substitution we've seen already. Holmes is coming in, the other middle block, he's going to serve. Kubiak still feeling the effects of that spike. Well, Kubiak under pressure, USA went after him, he thinks he got block out, the lines judge says in. Zatorski pointing to the spot, there's no sand mark. It's not the beach. There's a challenge coming. What's the replay? What do we think we've seen from the slow-mo? We've seen Kubiak blocked. Ooh. This might give us a better view. It looks a little bit more out than in. But if that's oh, I think that's in from that view, isn't it? If it's got to compact down onto the line. So here's the official look, and there you have it. The ball compacts, it touches the line, it's in. It's a massive block for the USA. They're two in front, Holmes with the serve. And Tiga not sure what to do at the moment. And neither are Poland on court. Oh, lovely play. Smith was up, and Anderson directly over the top of him. A la Brazil at their finest with that backcourt pipe. Watch Smith pop into the picture. Look at that. Anderson's almost up with him. Goodness me. Poland at 6s and 7s. Holmes once again. Troy just didn't take enough off the shoulder of Smith. And sometimes there's a case for wearing knee pads, and this would have been one of them. Troy would have gone to his knees, slid under the ball, and he didn't, because he didn't have any on. And a chance to make the dig wasted. Novakovsky. Confusion for Poland, and Christensen paying attention at the net, waiting for a chance to have a shot like that. The USA lead by 3 at the second technical timeout, and by 2 sets to 1.
It is time for a lucky seat giveaway of the night. One lucky fan is winning a $100 gift card to Rookies. That fan is sitting in section.
Well, it's all about the USA keeping their concentration here. They have the 3-point margin. They're in the driving seat. Their side-out game is working. Anything they can get from serve will be a welcome bonus. But they certainly do not want to let Poland back into this one. Although Poland have to try and find a way back into this one. Christensen has the ball. Oh, it's a wild swing from Kubiak. It was nowhere near the block. It did well to stay in the arena. Well, Kubiak must be a candidate for a substitution, and indeed he is, as we have a look at the replay. That one, well, he was trying to go high hands, but Troy didn't allow him. Kubiak's gone. Mika is in, but Mika's out of position here. He having been replaced by Bartosz, so he's on an unfamiliar rotation. That could play into the USA's hands. Christensen once again with the serve. Big screen, look at that, where Christensen is behind those 4-5 players, serving into where Mika's just come onto court. Mika's got to be a target. Indeed he is. Oh, good up. And great reactions from Soji. Hoisted high by the USA. They've got time to reset their block defense. And almost kept up again by Soji. That was unlucky. Lovely defense from the USA, but great play by Poland. Have a look at this save. Good reaction. Soji turned facing, linked in, hoiks it back into court. But in the end, Kurek puts it down. Well, that did stay in the hands for a while of Christensen, but setter's prerogative, he gets away with it. And a nice cuff around the corner from Smith. Good work. Oh dear, it's beginning to fall apart here for Poland. Jeniek with the unforced error. 5-point margin. Poland call timeout. And the Polish fans are sensing that the writing is on the wall here at the Sears Centre Arena. They've gone very, very quiet. USA are very, very close to victory. It's now or never for Ireland. They've put themselves in this position. They've got to get themselves out of it. Interesting, Mojenek still not come onto court, number 18 for Poland, through the middle, despite Jeniek making the errors he's been making. Great dig. Good, clever play from Anderson, just recycling the ball. And look at that. Zuzka turned by the ball, and it ends up going where he was facing, which is into the crowd. The biggest battle in defence. Watch number 11. You've got to keep your shoulders facing the net. Where were his shoulders facing? The camera. Oh, that's a complete miss hit from Russell. Not a bad day's work for him. 19 points so far. Mika. A thumper from Russell, making up for his service error. That's another sort of issue that Poland have. We have a substitution for the USA. Holmes and Holmes changing places. And Womash is coming in for Zuzka. Could be the last we see of Zuzka, unless Womash has got something to turn this game around. With Mika coming in for Kubiak through 4 in the other position, that means he's got a whole other set of rotations to have to know what's going on. So as a forwarder, you need to know both roles, both rotations. Double the pressure on. Unforced error from Kurek. This game is slipping away from Poland. The USA now 3 away from victory. Oh, well, you can't legislate for that. The ball hit the top of the net. Mika had picked up the flight of the ball and moved accordingly, but then when it hits the top of the net, takes all the speed out of it and everything's gone. It just completely beats him. Nice play from Kurek. Well, it's never over till it's over. But if this serve doesn't go in, nearly all over. Jeniek. Ace serve That was well in. Well, that's a case of the USA hoping that that would go out, expecting an error. Bieniek's been pretty hit and miss, but that one was hit and in. Well, he's got 6 more up his sleeve. A very interesting end to the set. Match point then for the USA. Everybody on their feet. Murphy Troy with the ball. Still in play, but it doesn't come over, and the USA have done it. They keep their unbeaten record in the 2015 World League. They have beaten Poland by 3-1. Well, at 1-1, it was anybody's match, but then the USA upped a gear and completely blew Poland away in the 3rd set. And then they used that momentum to carry them through the 4th to take it 25-17. Poland can have no complaints. Definitely the better team has taken this one. Confirmation of the score. Poland take it to the 1st set, 25-23, and then it was all USA. 23-15-17. A job well done by John Speror's boys. They can celebrate, so they should. They've got themselves a victory without Taylor Sander as well, who's injured. So that's all good for them. Well, a fantastic game. The home fans delighted. Let's have a look at the highlights. Well, understandably, all smiles at the moment. And the fans very, very happy. Here are the stats then from the match. The final stats. And look at that. The USA almost out-spiking Poland by 2-1. All square in the aces front, but too many attack errors for Poland and not enough spike points. The tale of this match. What the fans think. USA indeed. Well, you wouldn't bet against them retaining their World League title. Still though, a way to go just yet. Well, Aaron Russell's down on court. Let's hear what he has to say.
19 kills, Aaron Russell hitting 785 in this match. Huge comeback from a performance last night where you got subbed out. What did you do to change around everything with your game in 24 hours?
I just really tried to stick to the game plan, tried to refocus my mind and worry about every point rather than thinking ahead, and I think that worked out tonight.
How different was the game plan tonight against Poland? You guys victorious in 5. Last night, close sets. It was close early on. What did your team do right tonight?
I think we just executed. Last night, I think we didn't really execute too well. Towards the end of the match, I think we just outworked them, and we were able to turn a lot of points on defense.
All right, first real opportunity for you in World League on the senior team. You're now headed off on a 3-week road trip. What are you excited about that road trip, that experience, not only the volleyball?
Should be a lot of fun. I mean, it's one thing playing at home and it's one thing playing away. I'm really looking forward to Iran next week. That should be a lot of fun. I've never been there before, so I'm looking forward to it.
What's the best piece of advice you've gotten from your teammates in the early part of your career?
Just stay focused on every point. Sometimes, like I said, I get worried about the next point or what might happen in the future. And I mean, it's important to just worry about the point at hand and the ball that you're faced with in front.
Somewhere Mark Pavlik has a big smile on his face. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, it's interesting to see, isn't it? He's already established himself as a key member of the team despite being a rookie. Well, let's just remind ourselves of what a fantastic match this was. Here are all the highlights. So this is currently how Pool B looks. United States top with the perfect record. Poland in second place, and then it's all to play for Iran and Russia. Look at that for first time in a long time. Russia with just 1 point. But it's all good for the United States, who are off to Iran for next week's clash. 2 games against them. That'll be a tough encounter. Iran, certainly one of the powerhouses of volleyball. Well, that concludes our coverage. We hope you've enjoyed the volleyball here from the Sears Centre Arena. From myself, Clayton Lucas, and everybody involved, it's time to say goodbye.